Hi.
Hello. I'm Fen.
I'm Mark.
Welcome to Pinto.
Yo, so we're moving on to episode 5 of WandaVision. So yeah, that just came out today. And we'll just be watching and discussing. Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Should we just take it from the top?
Don't be silly. Vision, let's let Agnes give it a try. Then where are the twins?
Mommy? Daddy?
Kids. Can't control them.
Monica, I know. I'm a big fan.
We're gonna need to take these again. There's something wrong with the machine.
Then allow me. Hayward's a
Terrorist.
Wanda's not a terrorist.
Recently, it was the top secret location of the Vision's corpse.
Now tell me which one of you just barked. Oh boy. Wait, or what's this K9 doing in my kitchen sink?
Wait, now.
Let's just hope this dog stays the same size.
You really want to go back in there after everything she's put you through?
I'd argue that Captain Marvel came close.
Her powers came from an Infinity Stone too, right?
We are not talking about her, we are talking about Wanda.
You called it the heck.
What happens if we send something in?
Sword. Top secret communique. Authenticate. Dr. Darcy Lewis findings regarding Maximus. High levels of radiation present at perimeter. Effect on Westview residents unknown. Please advise.
Oh, come on, pal. What are we gonna write back? You're the office funny guy. It's a joke. Can't you tell? None of it is real.
Oh my god.
Please help me. What day is it? How long has it been? Where's my phone?
Sis, oh my.
She's taking care of her dad. He's sick.
Where's my phone?
Calm yourself, Norm. I can't understand what you're trying to tell me.
Work out.
Stop who?
She's in my head. None of it is my own. It hurts. It hurts so much. Just make her stop. Just make her stop! Now tell me this. If I sent an email, where would I put the stamp?
Come on, this.
Technology.
Sit, Sparky. Sit. Good dog. Speak.
Is this yours?
The missile was just a precaution.
But when you make a mess,
Oh my god.
Free of your officer. He was in pain, Wanda.
Vision.
Wanda, who is this?
long-lost bro get to squeeze his stinking sister to death or what?
She recast Pietro?
So they really did do Evan Peters as Pietro. I was really gutting for them just aging up so fast that they had to cast an adult on Quicksilver.
Yeah.
But like, why would they recast Pietro like that? Like, why would she use Evan Peters? Like, why would Marvel decide to do this? This isn't like Darcy picked up on it, so I was like, I wonder what this means.
Maybe because she can't recast him because, again, all the kids... Like, because we thought Vision was just like an illusion, but it turns out she took his corpse.
Like, he's alive?
Yeah, she resurrected him.
So she's playing with life and death.
Yeah. Yeah, so that whole speech about her boys, about Sparky, that was hypocritical. So much hypocritical.
I kind of don't like... I hate to be on the anti-Wanda train, but she's always plays the victim. Like the whole Lagos thing.
Yeah.
It's like when you make a mess you didn't mean to. Like, sure, you made a mess you didn't mean it, but she didn't take any steps to rectify it ever. Like, she just, you know, she got mad that she got put in a tower.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted her freedom, but she didn't do anything to help the people of Lagos when she was done. Or, like, anything ever after Ultron.
Yeah.
Like, in Johannesburg. And then she was like, but I'm an Avenger now, so oh geez. And she didn't do anything to help them.
Yeah.
She didn't, you know, help pay for anything. She didn't go in, use her powers to, you know, rebuild shit, reverse shit or anything. She was just like, I'm a good person now because I fought Ultron. When Hayward, is his name Hayward? Hayward. When he was like, oh, you're holding a town hostage, and then she's like, but you're the one with guns. But it's just like, bro, you have your own power.
Yeah.
Your own weapons, and it's within you. You're using it for bad, and you wonder why people are scared of you?
Yeah, not to mention, like, legit right after that, maybe not right after, but that night, Vision came to her and he was like, Norm is in pain, and she's just like, fuck off.
Yeah, and then
she's like, but you guys are the ones with the gun, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's like, Norm is in pain, Norm has his own family. Vision was right.
Yeah.
He's got his own, like, everyone in that town has their own family. They're in pain. She's causing them pain. But then she's like, but it's okay because I'm doing it for us. So, like, no. Like, if she was always predestined to become a villain, then I'm fine. And maybe this is why I'm frustrated with her. I just don't like the fact that she can be a hero, but she acts like this. And she does nothing to make any reparations. She doesn't do anything other than fight against villains when she's needed.
When she wants to, though. She killed Ultron because he took away Pietro. And then she wanted to fight Thanos because he killed Vision. She only does things because it benefits herself.
Yeah, it's like, is she never been a hero? Is that the thing?
I hate it when people use their suffering as an excuse for the bad actions. It's just like, oh, I have a tragic backstory, which means I can do this and you can't judge me for it. And it's just like, no, I will judge the fuck out of you because everyone suffers. Doesn't mean everyone's a dick to each other.
Yeah, like, you make the action to be bad, to hurt other people, to decide my happiness is more important than someone else's happiness just because they're not me.
Yeah, and every time you repeat a bad action, that's another decision on top of another decision. So you are deciding to be bad and to do bad things.
Yeah, like, maybe when she first came to Westview, she did not know what was happening.
Yeah, maybe what she told Vision was true.
She wasn't aware of this situation, but every time she's, like, every single second she's aware, and she does nothing to stop it, that is a bad decision she was making.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just hate the fact that she just keeps posing as a hero, and people accept her as a hero.
I don't know what's going to happen with, I think, Jimmy Woo and Monica, and Darcy as well, I think, because they seem to be taking her side.
Yeah.
When they were arguing with Hayward.
Yeah, I think that's the point, is that they've got the people that they know the fandom likes most, or like the people who are like hero-siding with Wanda.
Yeah. To be like, oh, you know she's good because these other good characters.
Like her.
Yeah. And then you've got Hayward, who was supposed to be like the biggest bigot in the world.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you know, calling her a terrorist and stuff like that.
I mean, she might not be a terrorist, but she's not a hero.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to hurt this many people and still be, yeah, I'm a hero. No, I'm not holding these people hostages because you're the ones with guns and I'm not. Like, you have your own set of powers. You play by different rules. You can do life and death shit, and you think guns is what makes you a terrorist?
Like, not to mention, I think Wu said that resurrecting Vision was against his wishes.
Yeah. And she's like, fuck you. And then she's like, I'm doing this for you, for us, for you. And then
it's
she's
no,
like,
you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Vision's already stated he doesn't want to be used as a weapon.
Yeah.
And you brought him back to life just to use him.
I mean, she's not weaponizing him, but she's going to fight against these people.
And she might use him.
Yeah.
It really made that speech against her sons really hypocritical.
Yeah.
Very angering. I don't know what's going to happen with her character. I feel like this just leads to her being the villain, where she thinks she's doing the right thing, where she's just like, I suffered enough, it's time for me to do what I want. It doesn't matter who I hurt, because they all hurt me already.
Yeah.
So,
or they will hurt me.
Yeah. So then she just does these things, and then she becomes the villain, and then people have to stop her.
I feel like once they break down Westview, she just loses her family, and then that's going to turn her evil. Because you took everything from me again.
Yeah. So it's only been 9 days within this world, apparently.
Yeah, 5 episodes, 9 days.
Yeah. If we're to believe what Wanda says, she wasn't aware of how Westview came to be.
Yes.
But she woke up in the middle of it.
Yes, as she still is doing this.
Yeah. And she decided not to change anything. Yeah. I'm thinking Agatha Harkness.
Yes.
Made a deal with her, told her, if you do what I want, I'll do what you want, get me Vision's body, and then we'll talk. So she went to Zod, she grabbed his body, went off, came back to wherever Agatha was hiding, which I'm assuming was Westview or something. And then they, I don't know, bonded their powers, did something, brought him back to life. And then they created this thing, but Wanda, for some reason, didn't remember it at the start. And then now she does, and she's just like, oh, Vision's back. So I'll just have my husband, and later on she was like, keep the children and stuff like that.
Do you think she already made a deal with Mephisto? Like, if he deals with children, her children are the bargain to bring Vision back to life.
Maybe that's why she doesn't want them to age up. Maybe she managed to bargain again with him, and she was like, oh, let me have their first 18 years of their life. So when they were like, you know, let's age up and, you know, run away from all this pain, she was like, no, don't do that. If you do that, Mephisto's going to come get you.
Mm.
So she was just like, you know, you can't run away from your pain. Hypocritical speech, la-da-da-da-da.
Do you think Sparky is Mephisto? Because you know how there's like an animal in every episode?
It hasn't been in every episode.
Or
There's
like
only been 3 animals.
Yeah.
Maybe it is, because apparently he does come down to Earth as animals to keep an eye on the babies or whatever.
Yeah.
So we had a rabbit, a stork, and a dog.
Yeah. And like Agnes has been really present ever since the babies have been born. So it's just like she's keeping an eye on them for Mephisto / Ralph.
Yeah.
But we've never ever seen Ralph, and I'm just
No,
like,
we haven't.
Is it Mephisto?
Maybe. It could be. Either it is Mephisto or it's Wanda who's bringing Agnes in, because Vision keeps being like, oh, and there's, you know, our neighbor again with exactly what we need. How coincidental.
Yeah.
And apparently that's supposed to be Wanda doing all that. Like,
yeah.
You know, she needed a baby, like she needed a break from her babies or whatever, and then bam, Agnes was there.
Yeah.
And then a home for the dog.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she's there with the kennel. So it could be either that, you know, Wanda is doing that. So then when towards the end, when the doorbell rang while they were having their fight, she was just like, that wasn't me this time.
Yeah.
It could be that she was summoning Agnes every time that she needed her.
Possibly.
I don't know what Agnes is supposed to be. Like, if she's supposed to be Agatha Harkness,
she's powerful enough to do this on her own. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or at least get Wanda's help, but then do the summoning.
Yeah. But then why would she be like, oh, do you want to take that from the top?
To reverse it.
Yeah, but then why say that though? Why not just let her
do it?
Yeah.
Because she's there. Or like she doesn't see it as a because after Vision was like, no, maybe not, and then he kept saying no and he got all protective over his kids.
Yeah.
And then Agnes is like, well, maybe it was like, this isn't what we agreed on. Like, maybe she really is just working with Mephisto and the bargain is the children. And then she's like, well, you can't keep me from your children. This isn't part of the bargain. So you want to take it from the top so I can touch them?
But then why wouldn't Wanda, take it from the top? Why would she not cut it or whatever?
She got confused? Or she...
Like, it's sus enough as it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't she do it to just smooth it over then and just... Why deal with Vision being really suspicious?
It's breaking too much. She's losing her powers.
Maybe
they're just like sucking her powers, like
slowly.
Yeah, she couldn't magic her babies to go to sleep, but I think that was mostly Billy.
Yeah,
because he has his own set of magic.
Yeah,
so it's like I think that was a Billy thing. But what if it's just because her powers just isn't working anymore, or like as much, or like she's focusing too much on the town? Because maybe she's not directly causing people to live their life in this routine of Westview, but maybe she's just lending her powers to helping Agnes do it, or any other witches that are in there. Who knows? I don't know how many there are. Apparently Dottie isn't on the board.
Yeah, neither is Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph, because we've never seen him. He doesn't exist.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Like, all we have to go by is Agnes's mentioning him. Yeah. And it's just like, he doesn't exist. He exists in your head. He's
Mephisto.
Ralph is Mephisto. That makes sense.
What if, when Wanda stepped out of the barrier, that made her open to, like, censoring and stuff? So Charles Xavier sensed her, told Peter, and he rushed into Westview.
And he's pretending to be Pietro?
Perhaps. Maybe he's just like, oh, there's some weird freaky shit that feels like my sister. Or like, I mean, I feel like Charles would tell her. I don't think they have some sort of bond like that. But maybe Charles felt her out there and he was just like, something's wacky going on over there. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too much into it and the X-Men and the mutants don't exist in this universe.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, but why is he here? Why is he here as Pietro? He's not Pietro.
He's Peter.
Yeah, exactly. And the only universe in which he's Peter is the X-Men verse. So why is he here?
I think we'll get an explanation because
in the next episode.
Yeah, like they mentioned it. They mentioned that. They mentioned the fucking hexagons.
Yeah. What's up with the hexagons? I don't know. I feel like he's not Pietro. I feel like he's Peter.
So you think the multiverse already exists?
Yes.
Yes.
I really do feel like it's Peter. Because I don't know if he sensed her or she pulled out to him or something like that. Maybe within Westview, when people kept asking about him, she was like trying to
create him too.
Yeah. And then instead of creating him, because he does still exist, or like another version of him exists somewhere, instead of creating him, it just pulled him. So then he was just like, let's just go. But then how would he know that she is his long-lost sister?
They don't. She makes them live this life that they don't want to live. Like Norm, he lives this life as just like this accountant, computer person.
Fair enough.
But he has his own life and he doesn't want to be here. He wants to go back to his family.
But he isn't controlled by her powers, though. Peter. Because he rang the doorbell when she wasn't telling him to. Which means he's already outside of her control.
She could be lying.
No, I feel like she was not actually lying.
It could be Agnes instead.
Controlling
Peter, yeah.
But then why would she do that? How would she know about him? No, I guess everyone knows about the Avengers and Wanda and Pietro.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be Agnes. It could be her trying to make Wanda stay or trying to appeal to Vision by like, oh, look what this fake world has given your wife. Now you gotta stay to make her happy. Do you think we'll get more animals? Maybe like every 2-second episode or something.
Has it been every second episode?
We got 2 in the rabbit.
Yeah.
And then the stork was in
3.
And then
2, 3, and then 5.
Yeah. 3, 5. Do these numbers mean anything? See whatever number the animals appears in.
Might be 8. If this is anything to go by, it's like Fibonacci and all that stuff. It might be 8 that we see an animal again. 8? Yeah, it's possible. If it is, you heard it here first. Are we still hanging on to Doctor Strange? Or do you think like we completely guessed wrong and the special guest was supposed to be this?
So he's gonna appear next episode, which I think is cool. We're gonna see more of him.
Evan Peters?
Yeah.
Yeah, Peter. I really hope we explain where he's from, because
You don't want him to be actual Pietro. Just recasted Pietro for no reason.
yeah, like, unless she missed him so much, she just grabbed some random person in the town, like one of the many 3,000, 4,000 population people who were already living in Westview, and she took the closest one who looked like him, dressed him up, brought him over, and was just like, I started missing Pietro, so you're him now. I don't know, that seems kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that it's Peter, but he's just pretending to be Pietro. I'm not sure why he didn't completely get put under when he went through the barrier. It might be like a blood magic doesn't work on blood type of thing.
It's possible her magic doesn't work on her kids.
But it could be that, or it could be just maybe, she wasn't expecting, like maybe she just didn't feel him as an intrusion because they're literally the same DNA, whatever.
Yeah, they are twins. I don't think they're identical. Yeah, they're not identical. I don't know why I said I didn't think they're not. Oops. So they're not identical, so I feel
they're
like...
fraternal.
Yeah, so their DNA aren't 100% the same, like ours would be.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think if he did come in, I feel like she would have felt it, like it wouldn't be considered but maybe it's just blood, like it doesn't have to be her 100%, as long as it's blood, and she doesn't know. I mean, if that's true, then... I don't know.
But then it's weird because
it's
if
not
it is
really
Peter,
him.
if it is Peter and not Pietro, then they still wouldn't have the same blood, I don't think.
Yeah,
because they wouldn't have the same parent. We'll find out.
Because we did see Wanda in X-Men.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
The baby girl.
Yeah, she was a little girl in this red or pink tutu.
Yeah, they weren't twins in that verse.
So it's just like, if he got pulled there, they wouldn't be the same brother-sister.
Yeah.
So... I really, as much as you don't like it, I think it is just a recasted Pietro. And then they'll explain why some further time down the line.
Because his body's dead and he's decomposed. So they needed a new one. Like, what else?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. But I mean, she created her kids out of nowhere. Like, her kids aren't like, she really just fabricated him, so she could have just fabricated a memory of her brother, but I guess she didn't want to, or maybe this is Agnes's doing.
Maybe bringing people back from the dead is more difficult than creating new life.
Possibly.
That's why she needed Vision's body, otherwise it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah. I mean, maybe Agnes does that.
Maybe
Wanda is the one that did Vision and did her kids, but then Agnes is the one that's doing Pietro, which is why it's a different body and not original Pietro, because maybe Agnes just does not have the same capacity to do the same kind of magic that Wanda does.
Yeah. But she seemed to somewhat recognize him. Like, is it just because he was the white hair, or like...
I mean, she's got mind powers.
So she felt him in there?
Yeah. She's just like feeling... I don't know, I feel like because she can mind read and stuff. She's
Fair
got
enough.
telepathic powers.
Yeah.
But she didn't do anything until she opened the door. She has those powers.
Yeah.
And she just doesn't use them. And I'm like, okay, but you can use them to do this.
Maybe it's almost like a Get Out thing where she doesn't control people unless she's near them.
That happened in Get Out?
No, Get Out was more of they were controlling themselves, where like, there was the pretense of the party, but then they were like, when Daniel Kaluuya's character went upstairs, the party just stopped.
Yeah.
Because there was like, oh, there's no reason to kill this pretense anymore,
Yeah.
because the reason why we're having this party isn't here anymore.
Yeah.
So kind of similar in that vein when WandaVision and, maybe her boys aren't in a certain area, people just drop dead.
Oh, yeah?
Because she doesn't need them to play an act anymore.
Yeah.
So then she's like, saving her powers and everything. And then, when they are in a public place or whatever, and there's a reason for it to be crowded, then she'll start pulling strings and having people move and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think last time you said when she gets to, like, invested in a certain situation that's with her, the other stuff starts to break. And that's why I think last episode, when she was worried about the whole Geraldine situation with Pietro, Herb started breaking and being like, we're all trapped and stuff like that.
Yeah. But Agnes was there.
Yeah, and she got him to stop because she's part of it.
Yeah, but she didn't get him to stop before, or she didn't try to maintain the magic, maybe because she didn't know Wanda was breaking it in the first place.
Yeah. It's possible we were just wrong and she's just somehow aware of all of this, but she doesn't
Want to stop.
Yeah.
She's just evil.
I'm glad we got to see the real world. We keep going back to the real world. This is exactly what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And we seem to be staying there for a long time. Is it... I don't know, I haven't timed it exactly, but it feels like it's half-half.
Maybe we'll just keep increasing the time we spend there until we stay there.
Until they merge. It is kind of odd, because you know how, she's rewriting reality, and then when they come outside, their clothes stay. When Wanda came outside, her fashion didn't stay as what it was when she was inside Westview.
Maybe she magicked it. She magicked it to look like the Scarlet Witch outfit and stuff, because she's like, I'm going to be intimidating.
Did her boys see the drone?
Yeah, but I feel like she just took it down in front of them, and that was okay, because they knew she was magic. Or she wiped their memories of it.
So none of them were suspicious of what that was? They weren't like, Mama, what is that? Why is it trying to hurt you?
If she magicked the missile away, she probably just wiped their minds and made them forget that she ever did that. Either that, or she's like, these are bad people trying to hurt me.
Or maybe she's just like, oh, these are, bad people trying to hurt all of us because we're different. We have powers and stuff, and we're not allowed to do that.
You're allowed to have powers, you're just not allowed to use them to hurt people. That's the way things go, guys. That's what happens when you have a weapon.
So you're allowed to have it as long as you act right.
Yeah.
Also, what's the deal with Monica and Carol?
Maybe because the Marvel universe didn't write in Carol visiting Earth, so it kind of feels like abandonment, and maybe that is why Monica is upset, is because it feels like Carol
left.
Yeah, just left. Like Maria started up S.W.O.R.D. I feel like she did that to try to get into space.
Yeah.
Work with Carol, do all that stuff, and then it just maybe never happened, or it happened for a bit, and then she just stopped coming and stopped helping. Maybe she's upset, but I don't know, maybe Carol just kept traveling the universe and didn't really come back to Earth as often, and maybe that is why Monica is upset.
Yeah. And the only time she comes back to Earth is to, fight Thanos, and then she's off again.
Yeah. Did it say she was in space?
Who?
Monica. Hayward. Did he say that she was in space? She took missions in space?
I think she used to, yeah, because she wanted to take a mission or whatever, but then he was like, no, I'm grounding you.
Yeah.
Terrestrial missions only.
Maybe something happened there instead of it feeling like maybe she went out into space and then something happened with Captain Marvel. Maybe she got treated like a kid or something.
Maybe.
And, Carol just wanted to protect her, but then she's like, I'm an adult, I can protect myself.
Yeah.
And then something happened on the mission.
What do you think S.W.O.R.D. was doing with Vision's body?
Maybe they were keeping it, because Vision was like, I don't want to be weaponized.
Yeah.
So maybe they were just keeping it, or extracting vibranium. He is a whole vibranium body.
Yeah.
Is it still violating his death wishes if they tore
him apart
and turned that into something else they could use? Reusing the vibranium instead of just leaving it as a body. You have other uses for vibranium, guys. It's a thing.
But you've got a shit ton in Wakanda. You don't need to grab it from a synthezoid, an android, or whatever he is.
Yeah. I wonder why S.W.O.R.D. has it and not
S.H.I.E.L.D.
Wakanda. He died in Wakanda.
Yeah.
And it was vibranium. None of them were like, we'll just take it. We'll just take it back. Leave. But they let S.W.O.R.D. take it. So, I don't know.
Because he was made out of stolen vibranium from Wakanda anyways, right?
So it's just why no one was like, we'll just take his body. We'll just take it back.
They had enough to deal with, I guess. Wakanda.
Yeah, I guess, after the snap.
Yeah. What do? Do you steal more vibranium to be like, can we make another android because our first one got, got a bowling ball-sized head? hole in his head. Like,
Well, you've got the body, you just put the coat in. But no, they gave it to Sword for some reason.
yeah. I think because Shield's gone now.
Yeah, but Wakanda still.
Yeah. But then Sword is supposed to be like all, what was it, weapons or whatever? Sentient?
Yeah, sentient weapons. But
That's
he's
why they
not
have
a
it.
weapon.
No, but
He is. He was created. He definitely was created to be a weapon.
Yeah.
Ultron.
yeah, I guess they took him because they were observing him.
He was dead. Like, what are they observing?
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing. From the footage, it seemed pretty grainy, but like he was on like a table, and they were like scientists or engineers or just some people
Yeah.
around him.
Maybe they're studying him.
It's like, what are they still doing? The man's been dead for 5 years. Why did it take so long? Why are they still researching Vision now?
Yeah.
It's like they had so long to do it. Like, could they not get him out of Wakanda until like those 5 years? Because like I feel like most of the people were gone, and like who's in charge of the throne? Because T'Challa got snapped away.
Yeah. And
So-
Shuri did too.
Yeah. Did Ramonda, like, was she in charge or something?
We have no idea what happened to her.
Yeah, so then it's just like maybe Wakanda didn't give Sword access to Wakanda. But then it's just like even if they were granted permission to take Vision's body out of Wakanda, why 5 years? Why take him so long? You know?
Yeah, like, what are they still doing? Why don't they just pack it up, put it in a basement?
They should have, but then they didn't. They were still researching him for some goddamn odd reason.
Yeah. Was it Monica that said she knew an aerospace engineer that would really like this?
Oh, I think so.
Who? I'm just like, who?
She knows one, not that she knew one.
So we'll see them, right? We'll see them now. Well, like next episode, maybe.
Maybe.
Who's up for the challenge? But whom?
If she decides to call them, when she
Aerospace
says up for the challenge, was that to build whatever she just talked about then? You know, the
Yeah,
thing on wheels?
Yeah,
okay.
possibly that makes her be able to get in. I feel like it's just someone that she met out in space or is part of Sword.
Yeah.
That is a comic character that people who actually read the comics knows, but I don't think it's someone that just casual, non-comic people would know outside of the MCU because they haven't appeared yet, but it'll be someone in the comics.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a nice little surprise. We don't know who it is.
They might introduce them here. They might introduce them in like Captain Marvel 2 or something. I think that's everything. A lot happened in this episode. I feel like there's not a lot we could talk about. It just happened and you can't really, do anything about it. It's just like you watch it happens and you're just like, I mean, we just gotta wait for it to unfold now. There's no point in like
trying to guess.
Yeah. We just like early on was good for theorizing and stuff.
Yeah.
Now it's just like the ball's rolling. You just gotta hold on to it and just let it take you. So
that's it. We will see you next time
for episode 6. Our discussions will probably be shorter until the finale, I guess, which we will probably be really hyped for.
Yeah. Bye.